I'll say it again. Cynthia is dead. No, you don't seem to understand. The young woman that used to be Cynthia is gone. When a vampire changes their name, they usually do it because they're no longer the same person they were. They had a revelation or something happened. And in this case, that something is known as the curse. Now, no one really ever talks about it until it occurs. Let me explain. You got tricked. You got tricked by a young woman. You woke up in the harem filled with female vampires, and they entice men who they consider to be disgusting perverts. And then when the men get all excited, they reveal the truth. Well, for some bizarre reason, Cynthia thought you were a horrible pervert because you absolutely refused to accept their terms and conditions, and you swore you had done nothing to the young woman who tricked you. Well, no, the harem concept is something that only two clans use, and you were unlucky enough to, well, yeah. I mean, it's very simple. The men are brought in, the ones considered to be horrible, disgusting perverts. They're enticed by all of these gorgeous, young, naked women. And then, when the men are all good and excited, the women reveal the truth. They're all vampires. And each man is brought in by himself, and he's given a choice. You can either be a blood cow for the clan, meaning they bring you in, they entice you, and then when they're done, they call in the nurse, and she drains the men of about a pint or two once every few days. And if they don't agree to it, they get violently attacked and brutalized. Now, the fact that you refused to admit to being a pervert, which you're obviously not, it enraged Cynthia. She tackled you, she pinned you to the ground, she basically violated you with her fangs. And just when she did that, one of her sisters in the harem, who happens to have a certain vampire ability, realized, oh wait, the curse has just been invoked. And so she ran over, she grabbed Cynthia and basically yanked her off your neck and told her what she had just done. And Cynthia freaked out because the curse, well, I know no one has told you how it works. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I'm going to tell you how it works because I never promised anyone I wouldn't. All right, Marcus, you stay there. Stay there, Marcus. I'm going to put this BS to an end because it's gone on long enough. All right, you listen up. Here's how it works. When the curse begins, the vampire who attacks a noble man, and that's what you are. I know you're a working class fellow, but you're still noble. You have morals, you stick to them. And what happens is the vampire, always a woman, bonds with the individual man whom she drained without his consent. That's just how it is. She bonded with you. Thing is, you don't actually bond with her until the first time you take her to bed. And you've refused to do that for the last several weeks. And quite frankly, I can't blame you. I can't blame you at all. The curse, as far as I know, was apparently placed on all vampires who are women, and it stays dormant. But if one of them happens to attack a noble man, such as yourself, the curse gets activated. That's what happened with Cynthia. She slowly bonded with you, and over the course of several days, what happens is the curse takes all of your best features, your best abilities, everything good about you. There's that stupid generator again. These old castles. There we go. Sorry about that. But the curse basically takes all of your best personality attributes and gives them to her. Now, I'm sure you've seen a change in how she behaves. Okay, I'll get to that. But overall, on a daily basis, you've seen that she's behaving differently. Well, that's not just because she's cursed. It's not just because she bonded with you. It's because the curse has given her all of your best attributes without any of the negative ones. That's how it works, you see. So, she has a different personality now. And that's why she changed her name to Nicole. That's why she wants you to call her Nicole. Because Cynthia, the creature who attacked you and violated you, the naked vampire in the harem who did that to you, she no longer exists. Cynthia is dead. Her personality is gone, replaced by what you see now. Her negative attributes gone, replaced by your positive ones. And yes, I know there have been a couple of incidents since then when she's hurt you. But here's the thing. That incident where she wanted you to leave the cell because you're not a pervert, you refused. She grabbed you. She tried pulling you out of the cell, and she pulled a little too hard. You fell, you injured yourself. Well, no, she injured you. Fair enough, she injured you. And I'm very sorry that happened. But that was an accident. It could have happened to anyone, cursed or not. Okay, you want to talk about the big incident. Yes, there was a fire, and you realized that this place has children, human children. You went to save them, and you did, but part of the roof collapsed on you and damaged your shoulder. The doctor and the nurse did what they could, and they prescribed treatment. However, you refused the treatment because you refused to give Nicole consent to touch you. And I understand why you did that. But here's what you have to understand. When she pinned you down onto the bed, when she held you down like an animal and shoved that needle into your shoulder, otherwise you would have lost the use of your right arm, that was the curse. I mean, as horrible as it seems, and I know you begged her to stop, she didn't. She held you down, and two of her sisters helped her. That was the curse. The sisters weren't cursed. Well, that's what they call each other. Obviously, they're not actual sisters. I mean, the curse will not let you hurt yourself badly or kill yourself. And the way it stops that from happening is that the female vampire who is bonded to you, in this case Nicole, stops you. And the way she stopped you was holding you down like an animal, getting her sisters to help, and stabbing that needle into your shoulder so you wouldn't lose the use of your right arm, because you refused to give her consent to touch you in order to use the more gentle method. That's the curse. That wasn't brutal, vicious Cynthia pretending to be Nicole. That was the curse telling Nicole, you need to prevent him from badly hurting himself. And so she did. I mean, look, you're not a stupid man. As I told you, I was sent here by my queen because the queen of this clan asked that I speak with you. Here's the thing. You keep saying you want to go home. Honestly, it's been a handful of months, hasn't it? Numerous weeks upon weeks since you first got here. Where exactly is home? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that they let you go. They monitor you for the rest of your life, and as long as you don't start talking about vampire clans and all this and that, they leave you alone. Well, seriously, where's home? I mean, I don't just mean St. Louis. Where's home? Come on. You're not a stupid man. You know what I'm talking about. St. Louis is still there. You can go back there. Your apartment is gone. You haven't paid rent on your roomy studio apartment in months. That landlord, whoever he or she is, I guarantee you, they went in after the first 2 or 3 months, maybe even less than that. They threw out most of your stuff. The stuff they thought they could sell, they put it in storage and probably already sold it off on Craigslist or eBay. So all of your furniture is gone, all of your personal possessions are gone. The apartment is physically still there, but your apartment is gone because someone else is living there now. So you don't have a place to live. Your car? Okay, I'm sorry that the members of this clan who were supposed to take inventory accidentally sold your car. Yes, I'm sorry about that. So your car is gone. It was an accident, but it's gone. So you don't have a place to live. You don't have a car. Guess what? You don't have a job. No call, no show for several days in a row. They fired you. Someone else now works your job. Your friends? Well, you said it yourself. You didn't have too many to begin with. I mean, you're estranged from your family. And from what you've told me, yes, clearly that's their fault. But what do you have to go back to? I mean, you can go back to St. Louis and then do what? Live as a homeless man? I did a little research. I mean, you had a couple of thousand in your checking account, no savings account. So realistically, $2,000, what can you do with that? How long is that going to last you? I mean, oh, you actually had less than $2,000 because you paid off your monthly bills. So a few hundred in the bank. Wow, that's not even enough to get a room at someone's house to live at. So even if you could go home, you really want to live as a homeless person in St. Louis? Look, here's the thing. If you sleep with her, yes, you are going to be bonded with Nicole. But Nicole's bond with you is going to get even stronger. Marcus, I told you, don't interfere. I'm putting an end to this garbage. If you want to complain to the council, if you want to complain to our queen or their queen, you can do so afterwards. I'm putting an end to this. Here's how the curse works. She bonded with you when she bit you without your consent. If you sleep with her, you're going to bond with her a little bit. She is going to bond with you a hell of a lot more, to the point where basically her free will might as well be gone. I mean, it'll still be there when it comes to dealing with other people. With you, whatever you say, she's going to do. That's right. I mean, you can't tell her to self-harm herself. Well, you know what I mean. And you can't tell her to harm you. But everything else goes. everything else. She basically becomes your obedient, willing slave, and she'll be happy to do whatever you tell her to do. That's how the curse works. I don't know the origin of the curse, but that's how it works. And keep in mind this other thing. If you don't take her to bed, eventually the curse is going to drive her insane. Now imagine a violent, lunatic vampire running through this place, killing children, killing other vampires. That's right. That's what happens. I know for a fact you don't want that happening to the children here. Just think about what I said. Imagine having an basically immortal slave who looks good, is willing to sleep with you, and is willing to do whatever you say, for the most part. That's your alternative. You can have that, or you can maybe end up back in St. Louis, homeless on the streets for the rest of your life. That's not a threat. That's what you're facing. Think about it. Might not be such a bad idea to sleep with her. Just think about it.